Oh, absolute banger. Let's go. Yes. Yes. Sad times are back. It's time to deal with the sad times. First of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. Don't need an introduction this time. Going straight into it before I cry. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. I mean, they shouldn't have to suffer. That's the pro in it. We love immediate death. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma File 2 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Do you have a second? No. No, I don't. Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know? So, what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Let me? I don't want to. I don't want to cooperate with you. I don't want to, Byakuya. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. No, his talent is the ultimate lucky student, and it's not going well for him. Solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honour of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you. You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened. But it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya from now on. On this one, it said, but... What do I care? Can I just... Oh, I can finally talk to Kyoko. She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still.
Well,
I still think she came here on her own choice. Her own by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
perhaps.
Hina and myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night.
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret? but that she also would have come in with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Yay. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need is to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't that strong. I'm ignoring that comment. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account. There's a dumbbell. There's a dumbbell on the floor and this is a blood stain. No shit. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it could be anything else. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. No, it's not. No, it's not. Already?
What?
Nucleus won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. I'm not ready yet. That's true, but
Let's go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. No, no. Can I go back to the crime scene, please? This is our next location. This place is related to the investigation. Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Then why have you got me following you? I don't want to follow you if you're going to be like this. Can I... I've already spent plenty of time checking the crime scene. There are plenty of other things left to check here. But... Oh. That's not even the scene of the crime, idiot. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just being mean. Maybe this gun was used to... No, impossible. If that were true, Chihiro would be riddled with holes. What do you want me to look at? Nothing to do with the case. I don't know what you... Surveillance camera. Even as Chihiro is being murdered, I bet the masked man is just sitting there watching. They know what's happened, and they're still forcing us to go through with this. What about the reader? If I remember this right, this card reader is meant to look at the handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
I don't like that. Ew. Ew. Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
Seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's that? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, right?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means I can see right through you. See right through me? Now I need to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So in other
As
words,
such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should probably pay close attention to the regulations. The answer's been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I'd expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Toyama family. I'd expect everything less. He just got money and ignorance. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You treat me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on, you're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so
Why you?
so sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together,
Unbelievable.
or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest on your own damn self. I mean, it's not the turn of phrase I'd use. I'm really struggling to talk now.
That's fine.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculties. Jesus. I wasn't ready for this today, apparently. So I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Card reader. He's just dragging me everywhere. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Sayaka Maizono. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. Blah 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 blah. You should pay closer to attention. Wow. This is a rough one, man. My tongue's not having it today. Whatever. Loaning your handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only act of loaning, blah blah blah. Borrowing someone else is perfectly fine. I see, yeah, now I understand.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that mastermind concocted. Fuck. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Now
Hey. What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way to break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't frickin' break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. But even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does.
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you going breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realising what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. Ooh.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? And he just leaves. Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. That is the same as just starting a conversation and walking away halfway through, isn't it? Oh, God. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it is not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook. Okay, then this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Not quite? But that's exactly what we need to do. What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you really think, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is... I tried to, but I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide you all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Just something like that? Really? Ah, hey, you two. Big trouble, need your help.
I don't have time to play
We're
with
busy, leave us alone. But it's an emergency, emergency. Come on, please, you gotta help me. What's that, Hina? Is it Toko?
Please!
This is a serious emergency, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency. Emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Shut the fuck up. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah!
Okay, come on, hurry. Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
Looks like she's headed to the dorms, to Toko's room most likely. You're right. Okay.
Such ignorance.
Shut the fuck up. Hina? You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff.
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. God, I'm a mess. Oh. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What?
Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She'd been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave it in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think a serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? I know who. It's that bitch Byakuya. Oh. Hey Byakuya, you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. That's when you know something's going on. When Byakuya agrees to do something for you. Then you're like, this is sus. This is very sus. You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Yeah, sure. Can be. I don't even know if nice is the word. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments,
what do you want?
leave me alone. You're all so annoying.
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't put it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Yeah, you sus little bitch. Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. Yeah, right. Okay. She's stupid, but she's not that stupid. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya. And I hurried to catch up. With his long-ass legs. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking toward his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? It ain't book time, motherfucker. Okay? Let's go in. I know, you want me to me. I remember on the inside this door. It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It all makes sense once you're inside. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I'd say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
These documents are dangerous. Dangerous. They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. There's a wooden box, it's empty. Although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. A cable, perhaps? There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. But you brought me here. There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? No, I've already clicked that. It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. What's on this? Doors. Am I gonna look through this again? The timestamp files, yeah. What? What's up here? Oh, it's the camera. There's even a surveillance camera in here. I picked one at random. Oh, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file, huh?
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. Won't be declassified for another 30 years. You sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. So are you finally beginning to understand the true splendour of this library? I think you're insane. The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guy's problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much it was Pete really wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use, I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? usual, normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. You know. Hold on a second, you're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family have a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Oh, I'm Byakuya Togami. I have a reading room without any dust in it. Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. I don't know about that. Doubt your chances, mate. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have the time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. Someone's got childhood problems. No, that's just wrong. Honestly. It's an excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. Oh, I doubt it. And among all those reports, one of my recent favourites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarise the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. I still don't trust you though, sus. He's sus boy. He's always sus boy, every chapter. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, stop showing me this. Her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple. Either it's Genocide Jack, or it's this bitch in front of me. Because he's literally just admitted to reading these.
So, in other words...
A culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack. Or an idiot that likes to read cold cases.
In other words...
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us.
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it'd be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Not in a million years. About that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. You spooked. You spooked him. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I'd reached the page with the photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuhiro Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kano Issei, 14, Takeshi Yoshida, 30, Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Ushida Nahisa, Takashi Masamune, Yuto Yumajima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. Look at his voice. Stabby, stabby. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was ever any external reason for this. This confused behaviour suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone nuts.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya. As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the entire time? I was hoping we wouldn't. Oh boy. Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. That murderous fiend. I mean, don't jump to conclusions, yeah, mate. Don't just assume things. Makes an ass out of you and me, you know. It's one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. I can't go back in here. Just seeing if I could. Because I just wanted to point out laptop's gone. Smiley face. Hifumi?
Da 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 da!
Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as
Another
if...
stat increase for me. Evidence, what did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet.
That's it.
But I
I'm
guarantee
sure of
that
it.
what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Lutenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see?
Well,
She refused to
it
tell me.
would
It's like when a
seem-
girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where is Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Oh, honey. It still feels bad. Doesn't matter how many times I see. You know, it just really sucks. It's the bloodstain poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. The girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. The dumper has to be the murder weapon. There's a blood stain on the carpet. It could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder. The word bloodless is written on the wall in blood. Just like in all those other genocide Jack cases, at every crime scene the word bloodless is written in the victim's own blood. Hi, Kyungo. I can feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body. Oh, honey. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking,
However,
but I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to see if you had anything else new to say that you'd not. Just sad. Gotta investigate your body thoroughly. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? The rope has a plug? It's the extension loop. Wait, so this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack case file, something is not quite right. What does this all mean? It's a different ammo, and that's fine. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Okay. See you soon. You're in my way. Don't get in my way. Yeah. What's this doing here? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. 2 locker room posters has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There's a stain. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet has been added. Yeah. Sorry, someone keeps trying to call me and I don't know who it is. I don't know who's calling me, but they don't stop. Is there anything here? Don't think so. Oh. What have I missed? What are you trying to tell me? Okay. Did I miss something? Don't think I did. It's weird. Some kind of clue in the lockers? Guess not. I don't think there's anything, so I don't know why it's asking me to keep looking. Do I need to go back to the girls? I don't mean for this to be awkward or anything, it's just annoying that it's kind of not letting me leave. What have I missed? Yeah. Sakura? Anything? Right, Sakura?
Of course.
Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys and girls locker room could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
I can't really say, I never really paid attention to any of the posters. You see,
However,
but there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain. But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier, the stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with? Spearing stain. Do you reckon that's it then? I hope that's it. Shouldn't be anything else. I hope it lets me leave. Let me go. Oh, thank God. I have to go back to the library. Oops. Back to the library. Right, look in this box again. The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in there before. And put it over there. Sure, it's dark over there. Where's the thingy? Genocide Jack's case file. I know it's around here somewhere. It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? The only one who'd do something like that is Byakuya. How dare he? He's stolen some of the evidence. How rude. How rude of him. What? 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 Ah, this. There's a thick layer of dust on top of the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. No. Don't be an idiot, Kerr. Look at the right thing. The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But the last time I saw it, it was definitely on. And it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Library desk lamp. Can I go now? Yes. I think I have to go to Celeste. Yeah, we've done that. Done that. Okay, we'll go here. So Hina isn't here. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out and she just keeps mumbling about something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry, I was going to head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating?
Huh?
A donut, of course. Of course? There's two things I'm sure God created, outer space and donuts. Yes. That's it. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat some more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange, but didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
It's true. It wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex but be totally fine with the opposite sex? No, actually. That's not weird at all. I'm like that. I find it way easier to be around boys. Oh boy, I do not like women. Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys schooling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Oh, he's a cat. Do, do, do. Let's go. Where else do I have to check? Oh, the warehouse. And maybe I'll go check on Toko as well. Should we go see if Toko's there? See if she'll answer the door. Toko? That's Sayaka. Whoops. Horrible mistake. This is Toko's room. I should probably just leave her alone for now. Oh, okay. I was gonna see how she's doing, but okay. Let's go to the warehouse. Hello, Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might just misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then, did you find something? Very well, I will tell you and only you.
Actually,
Last night I saw her. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What, really?
indeed.
This is right before night time.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Oh. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It's almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes,
I
indeed.
assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it appears she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would ever have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. The strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Uh-oh. Here we go again.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. The red door is right through there. Oh man. No, I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow. There's no fucking chance I'm doing this today. So, I'll come back tomorrow, hopefully get it done in one go. And then that'll be fine, because last time obviously I had some problems. And I'd just like to avoid dealing with that kind of stuff again. So it's easier to split it up actually. So, I will stop this for today, and tomorrow, same time, maybe, I don't know, I'll update on my Twitter, and we'll get this done, and we will avenge this beautiful, beautiful child. Buy my favourite letter is eggs. I love your username.